Yeah, I've said this on the show for 9 years straight, and it holds true today. My favorite thing in Dynasty to do is trade for the guy that got drafted really high in your draft last year, the Drake Londons, the Jameson Williams. Mm-hmm. Same thing. I'll take Jameson Williams ahead of a lot of these guys, that didn't produce year one and people need that year one production, and then give a later draft pick for him today, right? Where their value drops. It's a best thing to do for these rookies is wait a year. Mm-hmm. Wait a year, because 65% of them are going to see value decrease, right? Because everyone wants a new hot shiny toy. So Drake London, I think, is a fantastic buy. If I can get him anywhere for a first 23 first outside the top 3 picks, I'm all over it. Yeah. Superflex, I'd be a little bit more hesitant being top 3. Obviously,
it'd be more like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I want the quarterbacks there. I want, again, I can't wait to see where Anthony Richardson goes, because that dude,
he could go there.
That dude's tape is,
it's fun.
It's fun. It really, I told myself, I have to come away with 1 share of Anthony Richardson in my Superflex leagues. I don't know how I'm gonna come about it. Like, I'm getting 1 share. Yeah. Like, no matter what.
If he ends up going top 10, that's gonna be tough.
Like, he could easily be like the Lamar Jackson when Lamar Jackson came out. I'm like, we made
sure.
I remember to this day selling Lamar Jackson to our audience, and kind of using Mike Vick as an example of what he could be, and like, why is quarterback 1? And it's funny because it all came true. If you go back and find that podcast and me telling you why you should draft Lamar Jackson and where the value was in Superflex. And same thing, we're like, hey, in Superflex leagues like this, you should take him high.
Yeah.
I know he's a huge risk, but that sure panned out. So love Drake London. Think he's a great buy. Kyle Pitts probably falls into the
same category. Yep.
There's a league I've been pestering this guy, which I know he won't trade him to me because his team's name is Up Pit Creek. But like, I just make a trade. He denies everyone. I just keep consistently making trades for Kyle Pitts on there. You know what I mean? Like, his team's not
all
good.
All it takes is one day him to accidentally hit accept.
But keep poking until that starts to get hurt real quick.
Grass is green, sky is blue. Rich sent me another trade offer for Kyle Pitts, and it's a day.
But I mean, he falls in the same category as Drake London as a buy, right?
Yes,
like,
sir.
These value drops of where, and you could pinpoint why the value dropped, right? Mm-hmm. It wasn't the player. It was everything around the player that was bad.
Exactly.
So those are the best buys.
I don't know. I know we're talking NFC, but Garrett broke for him and did an NFC last week. So
to balance it out,
back to the AFC, like Elijah Moore is another perfect example of a guy that he played well his rookie season. Things were just not coming together at all with him and Zach Wilson last year. I mean, who knows if Zach Wilson will be back next year or not, but I still believe in that talent, and I think that he is going to be able to outperform kind of where he is valued right now in the future. So I would go out and make a really cheap trade offer for a guy like that as well.
It's good to go back and look at past last year's hype trains and look for value dips and see why that value dipped, and then pounce, right? Like, because that's what, again, like in Dynasty, you're always looking for value. Right? Like, you're just looking for value. You're looking for good players with high upside. You're looking to fill out a really good starting lineup. You know, depth is great, definitely when you're trying to rebuild. But as you inch closer to a championship caliber team, like, you want to be able to put together a really good starting lineup, because it becomes way more redraft at that point, right? Like, the draft picks don't matter as much. All the depth doesn't matter. You'll trade away depth. Like, you're just trying to get that good starting lineup for week 17 to host the hardware. So players like that to see value dips, to Kyle Pitts, to Drake London, Elijah Moore, another really good one, Matt, that you can get into your roster that hold that upside. They're a little bit cheaper, that also offer the youth. When you're a championship caliber team, that's how you get it, because you usually don't have draft picks. Like, you have to make these moves that offer the upside. The Isaiah Hodgins, the Rashid, maybe the Moonies.
60% of the people would say yes.